You're watching Oilers Nation every day with Tyler Yaremchuk. Your one-stop shop for all things Oilers.
For the first time since June 19th, 2006, the Oilers are facing a must-win game in Raleigh, North Carolina. Let's get into it with the lead. Maybe a little bit of a triggering way to start today's edition of the show. Welcome into Oilers Nation every day. I have taken the Sports Closet studio out on the road. I am live from New York, but I'm still here. Definitely not avoiding the grind. It's a Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day edition of the show. And because I don't trust my internet and because I could not do the show without them, let's bring in Jay and Liam live from the Big Sports Closet studio.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for letting us on the show today, Tyler.
Yeah. Much
Hey,
appreciated.
you guys have been holding down the fort for the last couple of days without me there, so I do appreciate it. Liam, how was the show yesterday?
It was good. Nation Dan joined me. We talked about fighting. We talked about the Oilers, and we talked about that international tournament that the league is calling the World Cup. 4 teams in it.
Yeah, no David Pasternak, but it'll definitely be best on best. I apologize if my camera's not that good. I'm just using my laptop camera, and again, my hotel's internet is absolutely terrible. So we'll see if we can get through a full hour of the show here today. But it is a Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day edition of the show. We are live on the Oilers Nation YouTube, which of course is home to the Finning Cat YouTube chat. Tyler Mulick, he's back from his own vacation out in Nashville. He says we need a big bounce back from Stu tonight. Also, was the first and third round pick for Blackwood Saravalli suggested realistic or just speculation, which is very interesting. As you guys know, Frank Saravalli had a new article up today on dailyfaceoff.com outlining 5 potential goalie options for the Edmonton Oilers on the trade market. There was the one out in Montreal, the one of the 3 from Montreal, Jake Allen. Then there's James Reimer, Mackenzie Blackwood, Karel Vejmelka, Carter Hart. Keeping in mind the acquisition cost of these 5, Liam, which one do you think should be target numero uno for the Oilers?
Blackwood? Well, no. Numero uno should be Carter Hart, just based off play alone, and it should be Vejmelka, Blackwood, Allen, Reimer. Realistically, it's probably Blackwood, right?
We're gonna get Reimer, dude.
we saw
all roads lead to Reimer. Should it be Blackwood? Yes. Is there some crazy maneuver to get like Veggie? That would be amazing. Carter Hart, obviously, that's a little scary area right now because we don't know what we don't know. And Jake Allen, but
he'd be good.
You know what's nice about all those 5 guys? Their save percentage starts with a 9.
Damn right, Jay.
Yeah, the thing I like about Reimer and the idea of acquiring him, one, he's always been very consistent throughout his career. Like, there aren't a lot of nasty, gnarly stretches during really any point for him. I think maybe in Toronto, there was a couple months where he struggled. But the point is, Reimer's floor seems to be pretty high. Also, Detroit currently has 3 goalies on the roster with Husso, Reimer, and Alex Lyon, and they apparently don't want to lose one of them to waivers. So if you could get Reimer, if you could convince Detroit to keep 50% of it and you get Reimer at $750K, then you're probably sitting in a pretty nice spot there with a good veteran. But I agree, Mackenzie Blackwood's the guy. If all it costs you is a first and a third and you get out of Campbell and get Mackenzie Blackwood in the system, I think that's a slam dunk win. Like, I don't know. Reimer, you're right, though, Jay. It feels like Reimer.
Losing Campbell.
No,
and that's the issue.
He would be a fine addition to the team. But can I propose a crazy idea to the two of you?
Let's go.
I ran this through with Aaron before the show, and he didn't
I love
shy
it.
away from it.
But okay. All right. Let's hear it. Sorry.
This is just trying to mirror what the LA Kings did, where they got rid of Cal Peterson. They ended up keeping a bit of money.
Oh, I like how this is shaping up.
Okay, so the Oilers trade Jack Campbell and Ryan McLeod to the Montreal Canadiens.
Yes.
In exchange, they acquire Samuel Montembeault.
Yep.
Sean Monahan. And the Oilers give like picks, whatever it may be. So the Oilers would then free up probably about $4 million in cap space, which would then allow you to then also add other areas. Bear in mind, Sean Monahan this season has played 18 games and has 13 points and is way better than Ryan McLeod is right now. And
Taking
he's a
time bomb, though.
Sure, but he's a free agent at the end of the season, and if you can, he's better than Ryan McLeod today. And I understand Ryan McLeod's 24.
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter
it's
how.
not about it's about
it doesn't
now.
matter.
Yep.
So that the idea around that idea.
Is he a center?
He is a center, and he can play wing as well. He's playing third line right now.
Perfect.
And he has
3C.
So you put that there, then you have $4 million. You can have healthy scratches. You can then also address other areas and need of your team as well, and whatever the pick.
So So it's just whatever the picks need to be.
Whatever the picks need to be to kind of balance it out. If you have to give up a first round pick for that, and then you get $4 million in it too,
it's probably more than a first round pick because you're asking for them to take Campbell and retain on Monahan.
They wouldn't need to retain. He's 1.75 or something like that. So you give up Ryan McLeod.
He's not. Oh, his old deal. He's off his old deal.
He's off his old deal.
Oh,
so therefore,
come on home.
Then you have that flexibility of more cap. Montreal gets a high-end first round pick, second round pick, whatever it may be, and then you can also probably still have enough to go and get a defenseman.
Okay, but there's an elephant in the room, though. How do you integrate the Nuge Monahan relationship? How do you bend that bridge?
I said they have to pose for a photo together or duke it out again.
Nuge picks him up at the airport. They fight, have a public fight.
Yep.
That we all know.
Yeah.
We all know that sparks a
gladiator style.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then move on with it.
And
the
also,
thing I like
that.
Oh, go ahead. Leo.
Sorry, complete the idea is Montreal is worried about losing Caden Primo. They wouldn't have to worry about that. They could just send Jack Campbell to the American League, right?
Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
and then so what I like about this is like I think they'll obviously try to move Monahan before the deadline because he's having a good season. So that makes sense. McLeod for Monahan, you're obviously overpaying a little bit there because I think McLeod should still have some value as a young guy who has experience. And then Campbell, a first and a third for Montembeault, and that's how you get out of the Campbell deal. Get yourself a cheap goalie. The only thing would be, what other future assets are you willing to part with to upgrade the rest of your roster, right? Like, are you going to go out then?
Yeah.
To me, that's like an all-in move. That's sitting there and going like, okay, we're going to free up the cap space, and then we're committing to moving not our 2024 first, because that's now gone. We're moving our 2025 first and Cody Ceci and Philip Broberg, and we have a second deal ready to go for like a big splash right-handed defenseman. To me, you can only do that deal and
Tyler, you think we can give away 2 problems and a first round pick for some amazing defender?
I mean, it's similar to the Ekholm return.
We gave Reed Schaefer, high-end prospect, Tyson Barrie, very serviceable, can run your PK or PP, and a first-round pick and something else.
It was a third.
A third.
Yeah. Okay,
Like
but we gave up.
Players like
Tyson Barrie at the time was not viewed as a highly valued asset because of his contract.
Sure
like to me,
right now,
debatable. But don't get me sidetracked with any sort of discourse there. But I don't know. I think you could probably get a good defenseman for a first. Like Ceci and Barrie should have somewhat close to even value. Like Ceci, we trusted in his own end, and his contract's a little bit better. Barrie's contract sucked. So a first Broberg, who still has that first round pick kind of aura about him, and a good roster player, like that could get you something. My point is, to Liam's trade, like you make that deal if you're ready to go all in, because you're giving up McLeod, you're giving up a lot of futures, and you're just getting rentals back. Like Montembeault and Monahan aren't signed. The reason I like Blackwood, he's got 1 more year on him. So if you give up a first and Campbell and you bring in Blackwood, it's like, okay, we got a solution for this year, and we got a pretty clear picture about our cap situation next year too. But the deal, I like the deal, Liam.
Okay. Yeah,
I like the deal, Liam, but it's an all-in move.
Yeah, it totally is. Another layer to it as well is now that Connor Brown's bonus is triggered, you then have more flexibility in the summer as well of not having the $2 million of Ryan McLeod. It's obviously like
and the $5 million of Jack Campbell.
And the $5 million of Jack Campbell.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that part too. I don't know. It's very equivalent to the Kings one. Maybe the Oilers would have somehow in that deal the LA Kings made, they managed to free up $5 million.
So Tyler, to put you on the spot, what's another version of that trade that could be done with a different dance partner?
Well, the other thing too is there was a third team involved in that Cal Peterson deal, right? Like Columbus was in the mix. They had a player they wanted. So I think another version of it involves the Oilers having a player that other teams really want. And maybe Ryan McLeod is that guy. So like maybe there's a San Jose or an Arizona out there who goes, oh no, we actually really like him and think a change of scenery would benefit him. So we'll eat 1.5 of Jack Campbell's contract for the next 3 years. If you just give us Ryan McLeod, that sounds like a good deal to us. And then the Oilers can maybe keep 1.5 of Jack Campbell and then flip him to another team for a goalie. And all of a sudden that team's going, yeah, you're going to give me a second round pick just to eat $2 million for a few years and throw Jack Campbell on my bench. Sure. So another example of it, maybe you get Arizona and San Jose involved in the trade, right? And it's something where San Jose goes, if you give us McLeod, we need young roster players. We'll just eat 1.5 of Campbell for you. And Arizona goes, you're going to give us a first round pick for Karel Vejmelka and the rest of Jack Campbell? Sure, we're in. Like first and Broberg for Vejmelka and the rest, the other 3 million or 3.5 million of Jack Campbell's deal. Like maybe that makes sense if you can get a third party involved.
Sounds like it might be a tough suitor just because they only have one more contract to retain. So they have to be really,
and they got to figure out what they're going to do with Vlasic. Hoping he retires at the end of the year more than anything.
So then maybe it's the reverse. Maybe Arizona sits there and says, hey, we'll keep some Campbell money if you give us McLeod and if San Jose gives us Blackwood. And then the Oilers go to the Sharks and say, here's a first, here's a third. Take the rest of Campbell. We get Vejmelka from Arizona now. Like maybe that's the three-way trade. It's just the reverse. But you're right, Jay. Like San Jose's retained money spots probably kill them on that. Let's dig into the Finning Cat YouTube chat. It is brought to you by the Black Friday sale that's going on right now, finning.com/Black Friday, or you can scan the QR code on your screen from November 20th to 24th. Look out for daily specials. And when those pop up, because they've been popping up every day this week, we're on our third one today already. When those pop up, they stick around for an entire week. Get everything you need and take advantage of this sale to keep your business running. Finning.com/Black Friday. There was some love for Reimer in the chat. Someone said Reimer's past his prime, but I mean, let's be honest. You're giving up probably a third or a fourth round pick for Reimer, and he's cheap, and he's just to get you through this year and give you some quality starts. Tyler Mulick says Ceci is still a very serviceable player. I agree with that. I'm just not sure if he's the Oilers could use an upgrade in their top four on Ceci. If Cody Ceci was playing, and I guess this will lead into another conversation, but if Ceci was playing Brett Kulak minutes on the third pair, probably wouldn't notice his gaffes as much. So I think that's a decent point there. Someone brought up the name Connor Ingram in Arizona. I mean, he's put together some decent starts. But I think if you're going to go to Arizona, you're obviously going for Veggie. Dak, says he supports your idea, Liam. Someone said I wasn't paying attention to Liam's thing. Well, that might just be because I was frozen and my internet was trash, but regardless, let's move along. It's a Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day edition of the show. And the Oilers, they have a tough test in Carolina. This is a Hurricanes team that knows how to control a hockey game. They are only giving up 25.8 shots against every 60 minutes at 5-on-5. That is the best number in the league. So it's going to be tough sledding for the Oilers tonight. But I look at this run, guys. Carolina, Washington, then Anaheim. You need to win 2 of these 3. If you don't win 2 of 3, no sense even trading for a goal. Your season's done.
Yeah, it's so true. The Oilers need to come out and do what they did in that first 10 minutes or so against Florida, and then just not allow Evander Kane to punch
against
somebody
Tampa
in the head.
and against
like they just need to stop the brain farts. Like they're having really good starts to the game, and then it just fails for like 30 minutes. And
they
then
let the
try
team
and chase it.
They let the teams get momentum, and then they score and allow them to keep building on it.
Yeah.
And to me, this just all goes back to, the penalties. Jesus, like they've got to slow that down. I know we're pissed and we got an edge, and we got to play on that line, but we can't cross as much as we are. But going back to something I brought up last time I was on the show, and that is managing your roster to mitigate the circumstance that you're in, and not, if we're like, you deploy your roster a certain way if you need to score. You deploy your roster a certain way if you need to keep a lead. You need to deploy your roster if it's a 1-goal game. Like you got to make sure you're doing those things. I feel like we're doing the opposite.
Yeah, I think in some circumstances for sure, but tonight's going to be interesting with the way the lines have been set up, how it's going to be all distributed. Like they broke up all the defensive pairs besides Echo and Bouchard, which is odd.
Fogle revenge game. That makes sense.
That's it's gonna be big for us. Yeah, it's gonna be something to look out for.
Put your money on him to
I
score.
forgot the revenge factor.
Yeah,
Hell
I should have.
let's
I
go.
should change my bet. I should make Fogle goal my bet, but whatever. I don't want to get in the weeds anymore.
And we kind of forgot about the Adam Ernie revenge game on Saturday too against Tampa, but nothing came of that, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly. Here's the rest of the lines from our boy Tony Brar. Yeah. AB, can you flash those back up? I want to rattle through them a little bit more.
We miss you in studio.
Yeah, I know. It's always so awkward when we're separated like this. Fogle, McDavid, and Draisaitl, Kane, Hyman. The fourth line, what would you guys do here? I think Connor Brown has to be playing, like, even though he's not been good, like, you got to let him try find his form to some extent. So I would go personally, if you're going 12-6, I'm going Gagne, Hamlin, and Brown. And I actually think that trio could be good. Would either of you have Ernie in the lineup?
I can't believe I'm going to say this. I might have Adam Ernie in the lineup tonight over Sam Gagne.
I would.
Why is that?
I would.
I feel like he's trying to establish a role in this team that nobody else has really wanted to take a hold of yet. And it's not an enforcer, but he's trying to
Be a pest.
be a bit of a pest and instigator on this team, and he's done a relatively good job of it the last 3 games or so. Like,
Did he draw any penalties?
I don't know, but he obviously got the one against Belmar where he elbowed him in the head, and it's like, yeah, that's not good, but also
No, like is he
Send it a bit-
drawn? Not taking
oh no,
penalties,
I
is he
know,
drawn
I know,
penalties?
I don't think so. But he also tried to step up the other day too for Connor
Connor
Brown
Brown.
when Nick Cousins slammed him to the ice, and then Vinny ended up fighting him. But it's like he's trying to do something, and Carolina, a fairly quick team, right? Sam Gagne, you really want Sam Gagne and Derek Ryan in the game?
Derek Ryan scores goals, man.
He
And
is
sets
a
up goals.
Derek Ryan revenge game. Didn't he play for Carolina?
Derek Ryan revenge game.
Line him up.
Oh, you got a lot of storylines here.
To answer your question, Adam Ernie has drawn 1 penalty in 9 games for the Edmonton Oilers. So there we go. The Oilers' leader in penalties drawn is obviously Connor McDavid with 12, for those who may be interested. Derek Ryan, though, tied for 4th with 6 drawn penalties. He's tied with Evander, Kane, and Dylan Holloway, who's only appeared in 14 games as well. So there's a random fact for you on a Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day edition of the show. Over on the blue line, the big change is that Brett Kulak's up on the top pairing. We now go to our Brett Kulak correspondent, Aaron Bordato, for his thoughts on this.
I'm so happy to see that this finally did happen. I think he's been great. My worry is, like I said to Liam before, how easy is it to switch over from the left side to the right side? I said it can't nearly be as easy as it is in Shell for me, because that's a whole different position, different side of the ice. So I worry about that factor. I also found it a little confusing because I thought Cody Ceci under Coach Knob has been the best version of Cody Ceci I've seen, and now he's being demoted to the third line. I want to know if that's a punishment thing, or is that trying to help out a Philip Broberg kind of thing? Because Kulak's Mr. Consistency. You know what you're going to get with that guy, so you can put him with Darnell. I know he's on the other side, but I want to know what that is with Ceci, because I'm confused. I thought he's been good lately.
Maybe it is to try to insulate and get more out of Broberg. The one thing about
Yeah.
Kulak, though, is like in putting him on the offside is he's a good skater. So like that's a dynamic that can kind of help him, play that other side and assist with that. Because it's a different world, but his skating's so good.
Yeah, I don't think it's a punishment to CC, but I can see why it would come across. Like, I think it is to benefit likely Broberg, I would assume, who's playing tonight. But playing on your offside is difficult, but I'm glad it's a guy like Kulak doing it rather than Broberg.
He can skate his way out of it. Like,
Yeah,
you got
that's a good
2
call.
really good puck movers there now, right? And I'm not saying you should be pairing up 2 puck movers, but 2 really good skaters playing. And then CC. We'll see how they deploy them. Maybe this will allow them to use the third pairing a little bit more because CC's there. Got to feel bad for Broberg after last game. Like that's not his fault. You're like, God damn it! Like, this guy can't buy a break, even though we're trying to build up his confidence. But so maybe this is just another way to do that.
Jay, just to add on to your confidence thing there, I don't know if you noticed, but Knob kept Broberg out there for the face-off right after that happened. And I like that to be as hey, that ain't your fault.
Yeah.
Keep going. Get your mind off that. Just keep going back in.
100%. And that's like trying to build these guys back up to, who they actually are.
Yeah.
We're so broken.
It's just frustrating that we're in these games now. Like we've been in every like game for like the last 7 or 8 or whatever the hell, 7 maybe. And we could easily be 7-0, 6-1.
Easily.
And we're just not putting it all together. And I already talked. Calvin Pickard played his fucking ass off.
Played well. You gave him a chance.
There was one weak goal there that went through him, but aside from that, like that guy made some stops. He was competing.
He gave him the opportunity to get 2 points,
Like,
and the team in front of him failed.
Like he battled. Like that.
Yeah.
That had like Mike Smith vibes.
Yeah, he kind of did. A little unstructured, but did the job.
Yep.
Don't ask how.
So Nurse and Kulak quickly. We've basically never seen this duo before. So in 295 minutes so far this season, they've played just 10 minutes together and 140 on the PK. And if you go back to the start of last year, in 1,800 5-on-5 minutes, Nurse and Kulak were that's Nurse's minutes. He's played 1,800. He's only spent 92 of them with Brett Kulak. So I'm fascinated to see the way that those two play together because I'm intrigued. That's a very good skating duo. And against a Hurricanes team that plays fast, plays a good tempo, controls the puck a lot, I think being able to stop them off the rush and just not even let them get set up is going to be a massive key. And maybe this is a duo that can do that. So I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued.
And allow us to have like a 5-man unit of
Yeah.
speed when we need it against a speed team, right?
I think it's good too that Knoblauch is putting his stamp on this team now. It's been 4 games now, right? 4 or 5, whatever it's been. And like guys have had their opportunity to prove themselves to the new coach. And now it's at the point it's like, okay, no, we've lost 2 in a row. It's time to change things a little bit here. Cause that's something that like have we ever seen Nurse and Ceci not together? It feels like they just play every single game together, no matter what. So I'm actually glad they've changed things for better or for worse. I guess we'll find out.
Like, why wouldn't they? And granted, you have to insulate Bush and Broberg, but like an Ekholm CC would be like a really good shutdown second pair, wouldn't you think? Like we don't have the depth to be able to absorb that, but like that'd be interesting.
You would probably have to find a better defenseman to play on with Nurse eventually, but I like those two together. It'd be tough to play.
Well, like
against.
that's like if we're able to get a top pairing, a second pairing or a top pairing right shot D, probably more likely a second pairing, and we have 2 second pairings at least in our roster. Like, and then you can make those switches and maybe give the new guy with Nurse and then you literally have like those aren't 2 number 1 pairings, but they're like 1.5s,
2 good pairings you can trust.
Well, yeah. And like going back to like being able to keep leads and deploy the roster properly so we can have a chance to when we get up to get those 2 points. Like if you have 2 pairings that can do that, then you can ride them and play the third pair, just kind of shut them down a little bit and just put them in offensive situations. And because that's what it is. Like we're just giving it away.
It does feel
Here
like
you
a
go.
lot of the times when Florida scored the other day, it was through direct errors. But when the Oilers need to score, Connor McDavid has to score from the goal line or a penalty shot or whatever.
And they were buzzing. They just they
Yeah.
couldn't convert. Like they're still like they still can't convert. Like that's the whole thing. Like they're not. Nothing is the same right now. Nothing. Except for the fact that we're not winning. That's the same. But like it's so like it just still doesn't feel real that this is the Edmonton Oilers right now.
Tyler, your thoughts?
Yeah, I was gonna say, happy to jump back in here, gentlemen. I like this comment from Braden, who says Kulak and Nurse might be the new Hughes and Hronek. So I don't know who's gonna be Quinn Hughes on that duo. Maybe it's Brett Kulak. But sure, let's set the bar really high here. Also, we got a hilarious trade proposal in on the Facebook chat from Alan, who said Campbell, McLeod, and a first rounder for Ottinger.
Who says no?
None of us. I'm in. All right, let's continue along. Let's get into our we'll get to our short forward giant key to victory in just a second. But those were your headlines for tonight, brought to you by Sherwood Power Sports and Marine, coming in February of 2024, right in the heart of Sherwood Park and right down the road from Sherwood Ford. The Giant, they'll be selling all your boating needs, ATVs, side-by-sides, and motorcycles as well. Sherwood Ford Giant keys to victory for tonight, gentlemen. Liam, what do you got? What do the Oilers need to do well if they want to steal 2 points in Raleigh?
I'll say focus. Which like just play to your game. Don't get involved with the stupid crap that is causing you to go to the box, which is basically the reason why they lost to the Florida Panthers the other day. If Evander Kane didn't take that extra shot on Matt Tkachuk, the Oilers probably go into the first intermission with a 2-goal lead. No, I think you need to stay away from that stuff and just don't get yourself overly involved and just focus on your own game. It's happening to every single player. Kane is one, Bouchard is the other. Stay focused.
I thought the Hyman coincidental or whatever, coincidental is no longer with Chuck, was absolute BS.
The one with Bennett, when Hyman was just getting punched in the head.
Hyman just like it was Bennett. Yeah, Bennett. Sorry. Bennett went after him, and Hyman just kind of like knowing he shouldn't, like he doesn't want to draw a penalty because of the state of the game, and then Bennett proceeds to punch him a few times. Like, how the hell is that even done?
Yeah, and it's also to the fact of the others were on the power play. So like you said, Hyman had no reason to want to be involved in that. Gets his helmet ripped off. The ref just keeps standing there.
Isn't that an automatic penalty?
It apparently not when the whistle stopped, but during the game it is. I agree.
Yeah, that was frustrating because that would have put us 5-on-3, and then somehow Kane takes a 10-minute penalty.
I was so confused.
And like that
by
is,
what
do we know what happened?
I still don't.
So like it was just really, really weird. So that, anyways, key to the game: score first, and for God's sakes, defend it. That's it.
That's it.
That's the whole key. Score first, and for God's sakes,
hold the line.
Hold on.
Colin is in with his key to victory. He says, need the power play to start clicking. Can't be going 0 for 5 and 0 for 4 in games. They need something on the power play. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Like, again, you can look at the last 2 hockey games. You can look back at the game against Dallas earlier this year. If the power play or the big guns get you one more, you're going into OT. Last game, a little bit harder to do so, obviously, because Connor McDavid was buzzing and had himself a couple of goals, but still, the power play absolutely needs to be better. My short for giant key to victory is going to be try to control the pace. This is a Carolina team that loves to hold on to the puck. They love to set up a cycle and just sort of drain you that way. You need to be able to disrupt it. You need to be able to keep the puck moving in a positive direction. And you have to avoid the meltdowns. Like, I mean, Liam, you made this point the other day. The Oilers seem to have to grind to get a goal and do so much right. And then they just sit there and slip on a banana peel or a broken stick and just gift the other team a goal time and time again. They need to cut down on their gift goals. I know it's the giving season. It's almost Christmas. We're a month away, but come on. It's just they need to cut down on the gifts. That's got to be number one on the list of key to victory.
Maybe they're deploying the you got to give to get strategy, and we haven't started the getting.
Yeah, we just give
maybe once the getting turns on, then look out.
Yeah, we're gonna be dangerous when we are 5-20-1 after that thing gets going.
Gonna go 25 game heater. A lot of karma deficit needs to be repaid.
We are going to place a ban on Jake Ottinger trade proposals. So no more of those, please. Davin says Minecraft Tyler makes a good point. I know my internet sucks. We're going to keep the show going for about another 15 minutes. So we still got some stuff to do, including Liam's Wednesday mystery game, which we call a different thing every week. We'll figure it out eventually. On the line is $25 to Nation Gear. Dangerous Wade, don't worry, you're going to get your e-gift card soon. It is going through the system. I promise you that. But Liam, what do we got today? Do we have an easy one and a hard one again?
We have an easy one. I think the easy one should be much easier than last week when it was Adam Oates, but the hard one.
Well, and you tricked us.
Yeah, he did trick you a little bit. The hard one might be harder than Patrick Russell last week.
Okay.
But we'll see what we got. Okay, so the first one.
I like it.
I played 652 regular season games for the Edmonton Oilers over an 11-year span. I played 30 playoff games for the Oilers, scoring 17 points. I played for 4 NHL teams. I was a top 15 pick. I'll tell you the year shortly. See how many, if you can get after a guess or two.
11 seasons,
So they played
11 seasons
with the Oilers.
30 playoff games. So they played within the rules are they played within 2000 to today.
Okay, I think I have my answer.
Okay.
30
So was that
games.
around 06?
Like I feel like 06 has to be.
Yeah.
For 11 seasons.
Ended up playing for four NHL teams.
Played for 4 NHL teams. But he paid
Alex
6.
Hemsky.
There you go.
Oh, that was gonna be my guess.
Alex Hemsky is the guess.
And that's easy for me to say.
Dacky was the first
All right,
person.
Yeah, like 30 games. Like he was there for the 06 run. We did not make the playoffs after that.
He played 6 games in like 2003 or something like that, and then 24 in the cup run.
Oh,
And all his points came during the cup run.
yeah. Well, that's
There
when
you
you
go.
needed him.
So there you go. That was
All right,
easy.
Liam. Okay, so Dacky was the first one to get the easy one. So let's throw him in the draw at the end, and then let's do the first 3 to get the difficult one in the YouTube chat can be entered in to win $25 from nationgear.ca.
Okay, so this one is difficult.
Maybe this is the one I get.
I am a defenseman and played 59 games for the Oilers over 4 seasons. I was the 36th overall pick in 2005. I played for 5 NHL teams from 2008 to 2017. I was on the U.S. World Junior team in 2006 and 2007.
I got a name. I don't know if I'm right.
The last clue, I don't think it would even help too much, but the Oilers placed me on waivers and St. Louis claimed me in 2011.
I was gonna say Alex Plant.
Okay, wait. Give me the first few again.
First clue, I am a defenseman and played 59 games for the Oilers across 4 seasons.
I think I know it. And
was
he
the
was claimed off waivers by the Blues.
Yes.
36th.
Liam, is it coming in the chat right now?
I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
36th overall.
See, these people in the chat have the power of Googling.
You can tell when
draft
they've all
class.
Googled it at one time because 18 of them came in at once.
36th overall.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking too. So that's going to be my answer, Liam.
Jay can't read it yet, so he doesn't know.
Whatever. I
Yeah. So who's your guess, Tyler?
Taylor Chorney.
Taylor Chorney is correct.
I felt like he played more games than that.
Me too.
I feel like he was with the team
And
for
I
a while, but
fucking
never
knew that he was
played.
playing by the. Oh my god, I'm so bad.
I thought
So
maybe it was Brad Hunt.
Brad Hunt. No, I don't. I think he was drafted.
First one I see was Maynard.
Maynard. Dave said Jason Chorney,
Nope, doesn't count.
Ooh,
but then everyone else just said Chorney. At least he made the effort. I'll put him in the draw. I think that's fair.
that's fine. It's Liam's game.
It is my game. And then James Jansen is the other one too. So Dave, James, and Maynard and Dacky. Okay. Random spinner. 1 second. I got to load it if someone wants to carry the show on.
Yeah, I can go right ahead, Liam. Nationgear.ca is where you're getting a $25 gift card to, thanks to Liam's magnificent mystery player of the week. And while you're over on nationgear.ca, maybe you want to go buy into our trip coming up in a few months. Maybe you want to hit the road with us or hit the air, I suppose, and head down to Arizona for another nation vacation brought to you by Alberta Blue Cross, February 18th to 20th in Phoenix. Flights, hotel, and hockey at the Mullet Arena. Edmonton versus Arizona should be a good game. Should be kind of a bit of a once-in-a-lifetime game when you consider the arena. Right there is the rate for double occupancy. Again, nationgear.ca and a nation vacation brought to you by Alberta Blue Cross and their fantastic travel insurance. Only one thing better than sitting down and sharing memories. It's making some new ones. Head to ab.bluecross.ca/travel to find out how their travel insurance can help you make more memories on the road. I know Jay's fired up for a hockey at the Mullet Arena. All of us here on the show are actually going to be going, so you can join us by heading to nationgear.ca. Liam, you got that draw ready?
I am ready to draw. Here we go. Uh-oh, it's spinning. Could be anyone. And it is... Oh, Dacky wins. Jay can see
I
it.
can attest. Good job, Jackie.
Clap it up.
Congrats, Dacky.
I guess
Dacky, email me. Yeah,
email
send me
to
an email, tyler@oilersnation.com, and say you're the winner, and we will get you your $25 gift card to Nation Gear. Congratulations. Let's get to our lineup or the menu tonight for DoorDash for limited time. Our Canadian listeners can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when they download the DoorDash app and use the promo code NATION25, all capitals on Nation. Make DoorDash your holiday hack this holiday season. There are 14 games in the NHL tonight and a couple of really, really good matchups. Vegas and Dallas at 7:30 tonight should be just an absolutely incredible hockey game.
List Dallas Stars are playing Vegas tonight.
What? I
Yes.
didn't hear what you said.
Yes, they are.
The Ottinger list, which is tough to say. Ottinger list. There we go.
Rangers Penguins should be a good one as well, but all eyes obviously on Oilers and Hurricanes at 5:00 Mountain tonight. Pre-gaming with Bordsy is going to get going at 4:00 right here on the Oilers Nation YouTube, so you can get a full preview of the game leading right up to puck drop, and then live immediately following the game, Oilers Nation After Dark. Aaron, who's joining you on the two shows today?
I think he's on your screen right now. I think you're looking at him.
We're tag teaming the pregame, and then I'm going to stay at the office with Bordsy and hang out for the postgame.
We're going to order some food.
You're going to stay at the office all day?
I know, right? We got all the options in the world, Jay.
Oh, boy. Okay, we have to document this.
Yeah. And it'll be a good one. Yep, come join me. We'll get everything lineups 4:00 early again. So some of you might still be at work or just leave work early. Just do
and
that.
you can listen to YouTube in your car. So just
You can. And then also we have the watch party on Friday too for the 1 p.m. game.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. The last watch party was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was good. Go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah.
Giddy up. All right. Our game day betting challenge, gentlemen, is brought to you by Betway. Aaron, can you give me the board so I can see our standings so far on the year? I can't imagine.
Liam did hit last game.
No, because the Oilers only had 28 shots, so Tyler missed. You missed because you bet on them to win again.
Yeah.
And then I missed because Draisaitl missed on that one chance. Jay, I've come to a realization with your picks. The Oilers, you're 0-7, and you pick the Oilers to win almost all the time.
Yes.
Maybe it's time to shake things up.
No.
Maybe your betting could be the solution to this.
You want me to mush them?
I want you to like.
I was going to bet on San Jose, and I should have financially, but
I don't want you to do that. But just be like, hey, I think Evander Kane's going to score tonight.
You know what, though?
Because you know what?
It's
actually,
nice to be up money because your team is winning.
I agree.
And if they're losing, I want to feel like I'm losing.
But it's no coincidence that when you bet Connor McDavid hat trick, the Oilers won, and you didn't bet the Oilers to win.
Okay. Can I get a redo?
Yeah, we can redo it.
You guys talk amongst yourselves about your stupid non-believing bets. I am going to pull something else up only because of what you said. If it means if you're saying I can play a factor in the Oilers outcome tonight, I am going to.
Jay, we all got to make sacrifices. We all got to do something here.
Well, to go off my bet, I think Connor McDavid's back. His penalty shot was unbelievable. Bobrovsky didn't even know where it was after he scored, and then he scored from basically row one in the stands. So Connor McDavid +10, sign me up.
I'm going to go Oilers over 3.5 goals. The offense is humming as of late. You're getting a pretty decent price on this. It's a hair better than just taking them on the money line. So if they're going to win tonight, they're going to get at least 4 goals. And I think there's also a chance that they lose and score 4 goals anyway. So it's a bit of like an insured money line bet at the over 3.5 goals. So I like Edmonton to keep the offense going this evening. 2-5-0 down 2 units. Could put a little nice dent in that with a nice +125 payout. Jay, do you have a pick after
are you ready
using the Betway website?
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Are you ready to win?
I'm ready for you to win and the Oilers.
I'm so ready.
All right, it's juicy. This will shoot me to the moon. Warren Fogle.
Yes.
2+ goals.
Yes.
Oh, Jay, and then you ruin it.
Plus
The bet made sense, just him to score.
Or 21-1, as I like to say it.
That would put you in the green.
He's on it's revenge game. He's on the top line. I mean, Connor's dealing. You know, Connor will shoot one off his skate, and then
Yeah.
Fogel's got a good shot.
Yeah, he does.
If he gets the time and space to release it. So yeah, no, I'm gonna put a juicy bet on that.
There you go. So I'll make sure I change that after the show to make sure when that
20 units. We call this digging up, folks.
I don't hate that, Jay. I
Positive
don't know.
regression.
You want to ride with me for
I
tonight?
kind of think I want to
Okay.
ride with you tonight for that a little bit.
Okay.
We'll throw that in Boardsy's bankroll tonight as
Yeah.
well.
It's gonna happen.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I think if you're gonna bet on anyone to score 2 goals tonight and chase the juice, the revenge narrative's there with Warren Foegele. Dangerous Wade is predicting a 6-1 win. Cody in bracket or in quotations, Coffee Ceci with a hat trick. If Cody Ceci gets a hat trick tonight, I would come on and gladly eat cat food again. That's how happy I would be.
I would too.
So there's no way that's happening.
Yeah, that's
Come on.
yeah. Oh, Cody Ceci hat trick. Now, what Ceci is that? What is that? Is it
German.
some kind of? It's German.
This is a hunch.
Some kind of maybe a Slav. Is it Czech?
Aaron, any
Macedonian?
Doesn't say anything here.
So a quick peek.
I'll have an answer for you later.
Because I'm
today.
assuming it translates to coffee. Is kind of where I'm going with it. I'll have a CC.
CC Origins.
Why the Italian accent on that?
You don't know what accent that was. We're about to find out the country very soon.
Roman.
So
that would be
Italiano.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
There you have it, folks.
All right, Jay wasn't that far off. All right, shout out to Betway 19+. Please play responsibly. Get in the game yourself. Head over to Betway, of course, if you're of age, and of course, if you do so responsibly. All right, gentlemen, we are going to wrap up the show here because you guys have got a busy day. You got pre-gaming coming up in just a few hours. You also have Oilers Nation After Dark with Aaron and Jay this evening. Shout out to Sherwood Ford the Giant and Sherwood Power Sports and Marine, Sports Closet, Finning Cat. Remember the Black Friday sale on now with our friends at Finning, Alberta Blue Cross, DoorDash, and Betway. Everyone in the YouTube chat, you were fantastic. The show will be back tomorrow at 12:01 Mountain Time with our boy Liam. So enjoy that and enjoy what is hopefully an Oilers victory tonight. Have a good one.
Thank you for watching Oilers Nation every day. Hit the subscribe button to never miss a show. And for more, visit Oilersnation.com.